Please Touch Museum's Educators Night Out is an event for educators in the early childhood field, pre-K and kindergarten teachers and administrators, to get together and have a night of fun, networking, and professional development. One of the focuses of the Educators Night Out is kindergarten transition, which is a really important part of creating a comfortable and educational experience for children.
Transition activities are activities that prepare the students from pre-K to kindergarten, which are getting ready to developmentally be able to sit in the chairs, to focus, work well within groups, and also to get their reading and writing skills developed.
There is a lot of research that supports the fact that when we do kindergarten transition planning and activities, that children start school ready to learn. The research out there that supports the need for the pre-K community and kindergarten community to come together was a study that was done with about 3,000 kindergarten teachers, and when asking them about the transition to kindergarten, they reported that half of the children coming into kindergarten have severe to moderate transition issues. They're not transitioning well. That's very powerful, and that's one of the reasons why we do this work. Is there's a lot of children out there that suffer when they go to kindergarten.
As a teacher, I think that our most important thing to do is understand our children. Understand that this is a time that they need for us to be understanding to them, because it's not easy going from one place to another, and I think we all know that even as adults.
They're entering a new big person's world, and that can be very shocking if they're unprepared for it. Transition activities can be as simple as reading a book to your students about the importance of learning your letters or your numbers, or a book about going to kindergarten.
Day of kindergarten. Oh boy, let's go, said Henry. He had been getting ready for this day all year.
Some folks are concerned that children need cognitive skills. They need to know their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and while that's important, it's not the most important thing. When you look at theorists like Abraham Maslow and his hierarchy of needs, in order for children to learn, they need to feel safe, they need to know their environment, and once those things are, once all of that is kind of settled in the child, then they're able to pay attention to the learning environment and explore the materials, finish tasks.
The transition from pre-K to kindergarten is different, whereas like here they take naps, and in kindergarten it's an all-day class. I think that the lessons that they do in school in pre-K should again be something geared towards kindergarten.
Here at Me in School, we do have a couple of professional developments where we actually speak to the pre-K teachers, and we ask them what they think would better support their students to be successful in kindergarten. And a lot of the times we are, asked to help them get through a full day, because they do take naps in pre-K. And so what we do is we may have a little downtime after the recess time, and what we also do is write down some things that will be beneficial for our parents to involve them, so that they can do things at home that will be beneficial for their children here at school as well.
If we can just find out what the next environment has in store for these children, if it's a glue stick, then it would be a good idea if the pre-K teachers got glue sticks. So when a child goes to kindergarten and they have to use a glue stick, they're not playing with it and figuring it out and twisting it around. They are using it to complete their work.
Whether it's a pen pal activity or a buddy system, having a pre-K buddy up with another colleague's classroom who may be a kindergarten teacher, and also just to get more colleagues interested in the program, so that it's just not maybe 8 or 10 schools, but maybe the whole district-wide. You'll have all pre-K and kindergarten teachers participating in the transitional programs.
I think that it's important for kindergarten teachers and pre-K teachers to interact, because they need to know what it is that the curriculum is for kindergarten, for their pre-K, so they can take it back to their classroom. That way they can talk to the teachers, find out, get ideas from kindergarten teachers. Well, what is it that you think we can do to help this child who's kindergarten ready to make the transition for them easier from pre-K to kindergarten?
We felt that we could support the need to put out more information about the importance of transition practices by creating something called the Spotlight on Youth activity. Spotlight on Youth activity is an opportunity for pre-kindergarten teachers and kindergarten teachers to collaborate and come up with a transition activity for children in pre-K who are the age of 5 or 6 who are getting ready to go to kindergarten. And the purpose for it is to highlight the importance of transition activities, but also to encourage teachers to come up with innovative new ways to get children ready and excited about their new journey into education. We then pick from the best of the best, and we created an Educators of Distinction Award ceremony, which is the beginning part of the Educators Night Out. There we honor those teachers and their creative transition collaboration.
So the celebration of an Educators Night Out to bring pre-K teachers and kindergarten teachers together is right on time for this kind of work. It affirms our work together, it professionalizes us, and that's what we need in this world, in this early childhood community.
Please Touch Museum prides themselves on making sure that we have a lot of fun activities for our educators at the Educators Night Out. We've had aerobics, the importance of not only being of sound mind, but being of sound body. From Philadelphia Sports Club, we've had Vivian Camphor, who is a personal trainer and fitness expert, come in and do some aerobics and movement activities with the teachers. Very low impact aerobics, but it still helps with getting the blood circulating and also getting the mind charged and revved to teach. We had wonderful visits from Matthew Rosenberger, who is the author of a traveling sightseeing book for children. And it's really great because he goes to different cities, Philadelphia, Boston, New York, Chicago, and in the book, he shows you wonderful, inexpensive places that you can take your children, whether parks or cultural institutions. He really supplied some wonderful information to the teachers about wonderful activities that they can do with their children in and around Philadelphia.
So the idea was to create a guide for young children so that they could learn a city alphabetically, visually, and also enjoy the recognition that they were having when they saw the letters again.
We wanted to have a night where they could get together, learn about some fun and creative activities that they can implement in their classrooms, but also feel celebrated and have a time to meet other pre-K kindergarten teachers and just have an opportunity to talk about what their challenges are as well as their triumphs. So I'm really excited about the Educators Night Out and where it's going to go in the future. There's so much potential to increase the presence of educators from all over and to really put out a buzz about the Educators Night Out.
Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way.